Greetings, salutations. Happy Thursday, June the 25th, 2026. Summer is well underway. We're already over 80 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is, I don't know, what is that, 29 degrees Celsius, something like that. I still can't figure it out without my phone, but here we are. It's warm, it's sunny. World Cup's going on today at MetLife Stadium, so that means we've got traffic craziness in particularly Midtown Manhattan to New Jersey. So a little bit of an impact there, but otherwise fantastic summer day. And I'm going to choose to make it a good one. I don't know about you. So here we are. What's going on? Well, there's not a whole lot of trivia. So I'm going to save. I have one story that I thought was trivia, but I'm going to tell you a really inspiring story in just a second. So just hang on for a quick second while I recap what the last 24 hours has been like. No, number one, I'm going to talk about tonight, because tonight I'm super excited about a storytelling dinner that I'm hosting in Manhattan, in SoHo at this cool little restaurant. We've got 6 people. We're going to come together. They're all different, all really interesting, all generous and curious and doing different types of businesses, and we're going to share stories with one another. So I'm kind of doing a modern campfire storytelling in Manhattan, and a great way to get to know people without the standard, what do you do? Who are you looking for? Who can I refer you to? That'll all come out, but we're going to share stories. This is the first one, and I have a list of at least 50 people, most of whom are in the New York City area. Some of them aren't, but they come here frequently. If this is something that you would want to be invited to, please send me an email, matt@mattstone.co, matt@mattstone.co, and send me an email about, if I know you, then you don't have to introduce yourself. If I don't know you, tell me why you should come to this dinner, because, we're going to want to feed it. It's going to be small and exclusive. And I'm doing it with a colleague of mine, Meredith Grundy, and it's been so fun planning it. We have cute little printed envelopes and little cards and different things. So excited to be doing that tonight. But please do email me if that's something that you would want to be invited to at some point. And I'll report back on how it goes. What else is going on? Oh, YouTube. I'm constantly thinking about YouTube, and I've been talking to other people. A lot of people are thinking about YouTube, but there are different things about YouTube that are important. So, I knew even before I started what's known as the bigger stage now, I knew that YouTube was going to be a part of my strategy moving forward. And so it moved from the pre-show launch, short conversations about what the channel should be, to being a podcast place. So at the bigger stage on YouTube is currently my podcast called The Bigger Stage with Matt Stone. And I'm going to continue doing that. But now it's time to elevate it to the next level, which is to really target a particular demographic and offer educational, hopefully entertaining educational information about these topics that go beyond a sit-down interview. And so I'm working on that right now. And over the summer, I will be adding the next layer, hopefully getting to at least 1 to 2 times a week posting on there. One solid, complete, episode or post a week. And we'll continue with the interviews as well. So excited about that. I will say I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Not a rabbit hole. I knew exactly what I was doing. So there's this, YouTuber who sells, how to accelerate your growth on YouTube. And I thought, I am going, for the first time, I'm going to actually see what this guy's all about. So I did the webinar that was 2 hours long. They make them really long, so you hear the same thing over and over and over again. If you hang out that long and you're listening to the same message over and over and over again, you're kind of programmed, right? You're primed. It's basic psychology. Thankfully, I've been around for decades and I've seen all of this. I've also sold a long time. And so I ended up on a one-on-one call, and there was the high pressure sales, you got to act now, what are you waiting for? What's the fear? And then the shaming. There was even some condescending shaming. And that's when they really lost me. I mean, they lost me already, but that really put it over the edge. And what's funny is that I still think they probably have people on their team that could help me. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to shame and pressure me into buying your stuff, what is missing from the quality of your service that wouldn't keep me on? In fact, I even said explicitly, if you keep talking this way, you're going to guarantee that, there's no way that I'll ever buy from you. I mean, I said something akin to that. Anyway, it ended up being a no-go. But I learned a lot, and I knew that it was probably a no-go, but I wanted to see what people are doing. And it's it is the same old thing from pre-internet. Back when you had like the late night TV ads and huge promises, little effort, big money, everything automated, make millions of dollars. Nothing has really changed. The psychology of this kind of stuff is the same. It's just different tools and platforms. So it's always good to be mindful of that. But even when you've been around a while, you can still be susceptible to this kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, I was not, thankfully. Okay. With that said, I want to share something with you that really inspired me. Now, I was looking up trivia for today. There's not a whole lot of great trivia today, but there's a story that was falsely attributed to June 25th. It's actually, more research revealed to me that it's actually June 30th is the date, but I don't want to wait until June 30th to share this with you because it's a very cool story. All right. So it involves music. It's called, the article that I'm reading from is from Wisconsin Public Radio. It's from 10 years ago. June 30th, 2016, they published this piece. But here it goes. It's about a musician who suddenly became a conductor. All right. He was a cellist who became a conductor. And here it is. One of the greatest conducting careers in history began by accident. It came about when a 19-year-old cellist was called upon to lead a performance of Aida. The cellist was no ordinary musician, though. He performed every opera by memory. His name, Arturo Toscanini. In 1886, Toscanini was performing with an Italian orchestra touring South America, and things were going badly. The conductor, a Brazilian, did not impress the Italians. He thought the Italians were out to get him. He quit, and the assistant conductor, an Italian, replaced him. On opening night, June 30th, the audience stubbornly refused to hear him. The ballet master came out and told them to quiet down, while a substitute conductor could be found. Someone tried to conduct, but it didn't work. The audience grew more restless. It occurred to Toscanini that no performance meant no pay, and no money for a ticket back to Italy. Then someone came up and pleaded, "Isn't there anyone in the orchestra who could conduct Aida?" The second cellist pointed to Toscanini, and he ran on stage. He went to the podium, as he later recalled, quote, "in a stunned state as if I were drunk," end quote. Quote, "My arms were used to playing the cello, not to conducting," end quote. Toscanini said later, quote, "But as soon as the chorus entered, I conducted. I really conducted. I didn't have the technique for conducting, but I conducted. I got used to it," end quote. The next morning, the Rio papers proclaimed his triumph. It was only the beginning. The conducting career of Arturo Toscanini would go on for another 68 years. And again, that's the Wisconsin Public Radio website, WPR.org, from 2016, June 30th, 2016 article. So I will put a link to that in the post for this podcast. But I love the lesson of this story because it really goes to show you that I said that Toscanini was a musician. Now, he happened to express himself musically as a cellist for many years. I mean, he was only 19 years old, but, he was kind of a phenom, apparently. Could do everything by memory. But it was in that moment when he volunteered to do something, or he was, what do you call it? Volunteer nominated? I forgot the word all of a sudden. But he was volunteered, and he did volunteer to step up And in that moment, the conductor inside him came out. And I think that is so true of many, many people in our economy right now. If you're building a business, you know what this feels like. You might have started the business because you were really good at programming, you were really good at plumbing, you were really good at whatever it was. And that's how you express that skill. But being a founder requires skills that are maybe draw from the same source, but express themselves differently. But I think the other piece of this is you need to be ready for the opportunity. You need to have a heart of openness, curiosity, willingness to take good risk. And let's face it, it took a whole bunch of other people to make that opportunity happen for him. And when that opportunity arose, he was ready for it. And it led to a very long career as a very successful conductor. So what is that for you? You know, the answer is you don't know. You may not know. But preparing and being ready is the point. And it's a good point and one I'm going to hang on to today. So that's my theme for today. Stick with it. Keep working. Keep staying curious. This is what I'm doing. Keep connecting. Keep exploring. Keep practicing. Get better and better and better and better at whatever it is that you do, and stay open, because your moment in the orchestra may happen. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Please be good to yourself and others as always. Thank you for listening. Share this pod with a friend who's trying to build something or has a big vision they want to accomplish. Hopefully it'll give them a little inspiration on the daily. And we will check back with you with a post-dinner report tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.